warning before you listen. This epic is not for children, nor for the faint of heart. We retell the ancient Greek myths as they were born, unfiltered, unsoftened. Scenes of violence, curses, betrayals, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. Given the many conflicting versions of the Titan War, the events have been rebuilt to complete the missing pieces. Here, we tell the myth as it was meant to be told. Sources and references are listed in the episode description.
Chapter 44. From War of the Titans, Clash of Weapons, and the Fall of Time. Salt of the Storm, the tide between gods and bone. When the sea is trapped between three gods, the gate opens not to salvation, but to a grave. The sky was still at war, the earth still groaning beneath the fists of 100-handed wrath. But within the sea, time itself began to crack. Thaumas, Perses, Poseidon. Three beings who do not swim, they create oceans from the marrow of their hearts. And now, the water was no longer water. It had become a body, gasping, burning, begging to survive its own creators. Then the ocean split, not by Poseidon's hand this time, but by Thaumas, who raised his arm to the sky and opened his palm. From the clouds, pillars of flame descended, as if demons were falling through cracks in the rock. The waves ignited, salt boiled, and fish turned to ash before they could flee. Poseidon stepped forward through the inferno, his voice calm, cutting. "So you were saving that fire, just to light your own tomb?" He dove, and when he rose again, nothing stood above him. Ships shattered, the sea itself bowed, but Perses did not. He emerged behind Poseidon, driving a jagged spear carved from the bone of the sea's first father, straight through his shoulder. The weapon exited clean through his side. The ocean gasped, its gravity faltered, islands sank into its depth, and mindless waves rose like beasts loosed from their chains. Poseidon gritted his teeth, wrenched the spear out, and bled into the waves. A strike like that could make a god, but I am not dead, so beware the wave that survives. Then all order collapsed. Thaumas pounded the seabed, fracturing its crust, releasing black creatures that tore through the depths like living nightmares. Poseidon summoned a great indigo vortex, spinning around his foes, slashing, swallowing, splintering. Perses became a whirlpool of bone and spike, attacking from all sides, until the sea itself turned red with divine blood. The fight grew so violent that the ocean forgot its own shape. Perses roared, spinning like a serrated storm. "You're not fighting in the sea, you're fighting the sea itself." Poseidon, blood in his mouth, grinned. "Then let it be my tomb, but I swear I won't be buried alone." One more strike. Thaumas seized Poseidon by the waist and dragged him down into a trench where even light refused to follow. There, sound stopped, and a new battle began. Thaumas crushed Poseidon's ribs and whispered, "I thought you were legend, but you're just flesh, like all the rest." Poseidon screamed from the seabed, "Yes, but I am flesh forged in fire, the fire of the sea." He opened his mouth and unleashed a pressure wave so violent it cracked the deep. Both gods blasted back upward like twin stones hurled from the mouth of death. Above, Perses was readying his second strike, but it never landed. Poseidon's spear returned to him, ripping the waters open as it flew, and pierced the sea with such force it created a void, a chasm that swallowed dozens of ships in a heartbeat.
The ocean burned. 3 gods. None retreated. None fell. And none emerged unscarred, each leaving behind a sea full of weeping warriors. Then, as silence fell, the sky cracked open above the ocean. A bolt of lightning fell, not where it belonged, and everyone everywhere felt something breaking in the heavens. But the sea was not finished. This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us, which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why? We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.